Hello, and you're welcome to the student guide to a successful project supervision. And in this video, I'll be taking you through what you need to do to help you focus on navigating undergraduate project supervision. So, these are very practical content, and it helps give some strategies that can help you enhance your supervision experience and ensuring that you gain valuable skills and academic growth throughout your project supervision. So in this video, I'll take you through the true purpose of supervision, build a professional research culture, how to build one, and applying supervisory philosophy because you have to work with a philosophy, either that of your supervisor or that of yours, or you guys meet together and organize your project files effectively and then managing literatures. I will talk about AI use and responsibility and ensuring that there's transparency. And then you have some milestones that will be set, and then you meeting up with those things. And I don't know how far you've come, but ideally within 12 weeks, it should be done. You could do less than that if you're very keen about it. Well, is some of the best practices for success is for you to prepare thoroughly for every meeting, respond actively to feedback, and govern your data with integrity, structure your dissertation for clarity, uphold the supervisor's students sort of charter, which I'm going to share. It's my own thing unique to me, and if you're able to use it judiciously, it's going to help you. Well, let's talk about the true purpose of supervision. So, project supervision is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for you to explore, an opportunity for you to apply the things you learned through the years. And it's sort of a way of building skills, not just a way of ticking box and exercise. For example, instead of asking what is the minimum required, ask yourself how can I build a research skill that for my future. You understand? It's about a way. Supervision is more than meeting just requirements. It's a chance for you to develop research skills that will help you build the future. That's just the bottom line. So treat every meeting as an opportunity to to learn new things, not just to check progress, not just to fulfill our righteousness. Make it something that helps you align, that makes you align with where you're going to. Yeah, expectations, maximizing the value of supervision steps. So the way to do this is that each time you come to a meeting, come with expectations because have some personal learning goals and discuss these goals with your supervisor at the meeting. So have an agenda. You understand what I mean? So the other thing is number two is building professional research culture. It's not too early to learn that. It's not too early to evolve into a very good researcher. This is how it is learned. This is how I learned it. So send email with clear objective. I can see some of you not, giving communicating clearly, and you can't even write a very good email. It's good to learn how to write good emails. I've seen good emails. I've seen horrible ones. So learn how to write correctly. So submit draft before deadlines. When you have been asked to do something, look at your timeline and look at your deadlines. It's your responsibility to meet all of those deadlines. So submit draft before deadlines, and even when it is not perfect. So in all communication, ensure that you're respectful in all of your communications. And the practical steps to follow is to set calendar reminders for all submissions for all of your tasks. It helps stay organized, and then prepare a checklist for each meeting, like agenda, plan, draft, questions. These things sort of put you in shape and doesn't throw you off balance. So always check and acknowledge feedback, respond promptly. Delayed feedback is gives room for misunderstanding. So apply a supervision philosophy. Well, that means just focusing on evidence. My thing is that when you want to do something, you have to show me the proof of how it is done. If you say you've done a literature review, you have to show me the proof of one of those literatures, the evidence. So present your survey result, not just the your process, not just the result, but it has to be present your result along with the process, that the method that leads to it, the content that leads to it. So show originality, show your own framework, make true input into it. So structure your work, have introduce a folder like structure. If you want to have a copy of that, you can just make that request. I could zip it and share with you. It helps you organize your undergraduate works within a particular framework, and with that you can barely lose any data. So uphold integrity, report unexpected results honestly, even when your expectations is not what you are meeting. So if if you feel disappointed, things are not going the way you should, talk about it. Talk about it. It's very important that you talk about it. So, and the practical steps is that for every claim, attach a supporting data or references. For every statement, make when you cite something, upload the work and make the name very clear. Use mind map on flowchart when you need to visualize it, you need to process things, and this will sort of help you. Have a dedicated notepad for your project. It's good. It's a culture that will help you even when you move forward. It makes your life easier. If I wish I learned this early. So, and also before any meeting, review your work flow, ensuring that you know what you're submitting. I've met students where you ask them questions about what they have just submitted. They really don't know. They really don't know. So organize your project files effectively. Yeah, I mentioned having a Google Drive. I've created one for each student, and you can request to have what it looks like. So you have the proposed draft literature method for data analysis, and yeah, your AI log folder, and then your final dissertation. This sort of help you, streamline things. So you name the file correctly, using your name, the chapter number, and if there are different versions, we know through V1, V2, V3, and the date for version control. So set up your folder structure before starting your project, and then it helps you, give you an opportunity for you to name them appropriately and for every 5 versions. So share your folder with your supervisor. In this case, because it's the first time I'm introducing the idea, I've been able. What I've done is to organize it and then share it with them using the university sort of system, Google system. So managing literature, this is very important to me, and you need to learn how to manage literature systematically to ensure that you stay current and organized, and also be able to track the works that you use in your works. So, for example, download and save every PDF you cite. Focus on the article published in the last 5 to 7 years. Don't go too far old. And create a metrics table like author year, objective, method, findings, gap, and relevance. This sort of give you a clear picture of what you have, and it helps you to think appropriately. So use reference managing softwares. If you have a good laptop of your own, try as much as possible to get things organized. And I can tell you for sure, I use Mendeley, and it makes citing sources easy after reading them. So upload or cited PDF to your literature folder, which is in the Google Drive. This is very important. No, if you don't have all of these things, please, it will be difficult for me to continue with you. As a supervisor, you need to stay organized, because it helps me to see what you are doing and what is happening. So upload your literature metrics weekly and update them. Review it with your supervisor when you need to. So this is not just good for me; it's also good for people who are not who are not directly supervising, who wants to learn how to put things together for better experience. So using AI tools responsibly is very important. It means you use them, you leverage them to support your work without compromising integrity. So the use of Copilot to brainstorm your introduction, but write analysis yourself. You understand? You can use it to brainstorm, to think through things, to have an idea of what structure look like. AI will not give you a good thing. I've found that, and I made a conclusion that AI can solve the problem. So, for example, use AI for brainstorming, but write your stuff yourself. Keep it detailed. AI use log to document how you have interacted with AI and more. It's good for you, it's good for me. So you are no longer accused or you're not perceived to be cheating and trying to beat the system. So regularly discuss your AI use with your supervisor to maintain transparency and ethical standard. So never use AI to fabricate survey results and more. We'll get to talk about this more, but this is just like an advanced notice. So keep your AI use log, the date, purpose, prompt, and use that. So practical step, record every interaction, your prompt and your output, your prompt and your output. Discuss how you have used this tool. So the other thing is following Milestone's workflow. Um, and the first thing you want to know is to know what problem you are dealing with. Clearly define this in your research, what issue your research is addressing, and then in your metrics you sort of have summaries of the key studies because it gives us a clear picture of what you will be dealing with and what you're working with. Your conceptual framework is also important. If you want, you could draw a diagram showing the variable relationship if you want. So describe your research design and data collection plan, and it's good for you to have a picture of that in advance so that when you get to that stage it becomes easy to manage things. And then attach your survey and interview questions in your methodology folder, which is one of those folder. I'll probably just add a link to download that particular folder structure in the description of this video. So your data analysis plan, outline how you will process and interpret your data. It's very important. Full draft. Then you compile all of these sections into a complete dissertation. So create a timeline for each of your milestone, like I mentioned earlier. Share some of these things with your supervisor. It helps helps them know that you're making progress and they're not just doing things at your own time. There are templates that are they're available online. You can request for one if you need one. So yeah, the roadmap is very important. Like I mentioned, have a clear roadmap. Some of you have well, for those who started from very week one, you know where you are on this timeline. So wherever you are, start doing things right and ensure that you follow the steps so it makes things easier. And then that sort of takes you to from week 1 to week 12. And you want to ensure that in your week 1 you connect well with your supervisor, so you review and summarize your recent work. This week 2 to 4 is very important, and that will help you sort of put your ideas together, conceptualize, develop your research questions and more. So, and then the practical steps. Well, I don't know how much of you like to stay seriously organized, but I like to. I use to do and all of those things. But you can choose. This is very good. So Trello is one. Notion I've used, and schedule a weekly check-in with your supervisor. So you can write an email to check in to know to communicate how you're doing, and adjust your timeline if you're falling behind, and communicate that early. So for every meeting, I found the students don't often prepare for meetings. So prepare thoroughly for every meeting. In order for you to maximize the effectiveness and not to waste time, bring with you some checklists of things you need to discuss, draft that you're working on, or progress and evidence to ensure that you have a focused discussion. So share your agenda. It's very important. Share your agenda, and then in advance, and then think about things you want to discuss, things you're having problem with. If you're unprepared, rescheduling is not a bad thing. If you're not ready, it's okay to reschedule. So email your agenda beforehand, take notes during the meeting, summarize action steps afterwards. So please take note of this. So the other thing I want to say is communication is key. For some of you are communicators, and when you don't communicate, you put there's a silence, and then responding actively is very important. See, for example, use track changes in documents when there is comment, when there are issues. Use track changes to communicate, and then to give an update. So address every comment for your supervisor even if you disagree. Explain your reason why you think so. So keep a log of feedback and your response. So well, for each feedback session, list all the corrections and your plan on how to implement them. Highlight your revise session, your drafts. It's very important for you to keep feedback log because it helps you guys not to misunderstand one another. So review some of these logs before submitting your next draft. Well, if you have watched to this point, you are truly doing well. Keep it up. We're almost at the end. When you are at the advanced stage posts, preferred post proposal stage, you have to learn how to manage your data. Then save your survey response securely in a folder. If you use the paperwork, ensure that they are secured until even the very end, and I would say even 3 months after you've finished your project. So don't manipulate your data because you can be asked to provide the evidence. You understand, to provide the data so be sure that it works and not like you might have manipulated data to fit your hypothesis. So document every step of your data analysis. Keep sign consent form if you're doing like interview and more to ensure that people's privacy and data are used appropriately within their solution. Submit your project for ethics approval if you require in Lagos State University. I know there is ethics committee, but I'm not sure if it is functional, but if there is anything like that, take care of it. So create a raw data folder, back it up regularly, and get things rolling. So write a data management plan if you think you need to, if you are dealing with complex data, and review ethical guideline if that applies to you. Or structuring your dissertation, the traditional structure, which is introduction, literature review, method, findings, discussion, and conclusion, the 5-chapter approach. So it's still the same standard. So for your proposal stage, you need chapter 1, 2, 3, which is introduction, literature review, methodology. And then if you're approved, you go to the field, you do your findings, and then you do the discussion. So use a template. When you have these templates already structured, which is what I've always done in my undergraduate stage, I like to have a clear picture of what I'm doing even before the time. So yeah, review this, and then it will help you access supervision for feedback to help you review before you submit. So then uphold your supervisor student, chatter if there's an understanding of how things should be done. Like for example, roadmap milestones, for example, uploading documents and ensuring that you're honest about any challenges or mistakes and meeting all of the deadlines, giving feedback and giving a chance to improve, and protecting participant privacy. That is ethics, which is ethical right thing to do. Seeking permission before you record people, and review that, ensure that you meet all of these things in order for you to stay out of trouble. So keep a journal of your learnings and challenges. This is going to really help you go a long way. So at this point, if you have any questions, and I would appreciate that you put it in the comments, or you write me an email directly. And the final note, I would say excellence is structured, integrity is strategic, and research is your responsibility. So research is your responsibility. Now, it's important that responsibility lies with the student. So view the project as a preparation for future success. You understand? And when you see it that way, it helps you reflect and do it right, and then it helps you, celebrate every milestone. So write a final reflection that can help you consolidate your learning and personal development. These are transferable skills that can, eventually become an asset for you in future. So I'm wishing you the best, and I hope this helps you, scale through and manage your supervisory relationship in a way that is acceptable globally. So cheers and have a beautiful day. Bye.